What's up, gamers? I'm the only kid,
I'm Melters.
and you're here to watch Stellar versus Menstilo in the Dark Story tournament here on Speedgaming 3. Um, both of these guys are actually pretty close in terms of skill. This could be anyone's race. I know Menstilo is coming a bit off of a D-Rust. Stellar has been grinding the mess out of this game in his mad competition to keep a better PB than his rival, all to count 927.
That's right.
972.
So, I know, Stellar definitely really wants to win this race. He knows, Menstilo's definitely seated a bit ahead of him, but as we can see from Stellar's stream over here, he's practicing his hover jumps. He's practicing definitely a hard level in weapons bed. He's trying to get these all these strats down, and he definitely wants this a lot. And
It's worth noting that Stellar really does not like weapons beds, so this is
Oh.
definitely one of the stages he wants to put time into practice so he can get through it smooth.
That's right. So, Dark Story, this is the story where you have Eggman, Rouge, and Shadow as your main characters, and this is going to play in a speedrun setting. This is going to play out way differently than Hero Story that you might have seen in the previous tournaments. So, Kid, why don't you explain a little bit of the differences that we're going to see in this race right now?
Well, first of all, there are less running stages, which is what Sonic did in Hero Story and Shadow does in this one. There's only going to be 4 of them.
Right.
There are significantly less super level skips. There's only one that I'm aware of, and it's in Cosmic Wall. And there's a lot more mech stages, and one of the key differences that actually has a strong effect on runs is RNG for the Emerald stages can be way more punishing. Whereas you go into another stage and RNG in like the first stage can make a difference of 10 seconds or so,
Right.
from average good to average bad. Average good to average bad in like Dry Lagoon can be much worse, and it's a very common reset stage, and it's right in the beginning of the run just because RNG can be that incredibly punishing.
I love this layout.
Also, one thing worth noting, one of the harder stages to master is the 3rd stage, Sand Ocean.
Right,
And
hardest stage by most people's standards.
Yeah, and the reason being is because it's the only mech stage in the game that is over a perpetual death pit the whole time before you get a hover ability. And it's also very cycle based, which means the players are going to be trying to move in a way that doesn't mess up the cycle of the platforms so they can get through the stage as efficiently as possible. Unless one of them decides to sandwalk, which is a whole new strategy.
Very
a whole different
unlikely.
thing.
Very unlikely. And just to go just a little bit prior to that, so Dry Lagoon is going to be our first Rouge stage, and looks like we're getting started here, I believe. No, we're not. Dry Lagoon is our first Rouge stage, a very fickle stage. As we can see, actually, before that, Stellar is very smart. He's going to hit the yellow switch. I think he's going to hit the yellow switch here because that's what gives the most pieces in this level. We're going to talk about that way later, so don't worry about it. No, he's not hitting the switch.
Yeah, he's just doing Dry Lagoon practice. This is another example of a stage that has ridiculously punishing RNG, which we'll get to later.
Exactly.
But just know that it can really mess you up by having you go all the way to the top of the stage just to unlock a door to go all the way back down to grab a piece, and then if your RNG is really bad, it can tell you to do it again right after that.
Yeah. How is it now? So, about an average time in Dry Lagoon is a 45. It usually you don't want to go over a 50, but it will definitely mess with you and go and do that sometimes. Sometimes it's just like that. So just going into Dry Lagoon, we can use this as a sort of measure of how good the RNG is to these runners when they get to this moment.
Alright, it is worth noting that Stellar did not hit that yellow switch on the way up here.
Yeah, that's a little risky. Because we still don't know if Menstilo did it. They usually do it off screen as well as ESG, which will not be shown this tournament. for the first time, I think. Is that true?
How is that?
It wasn't shown during the
Select a stage.
races from Ethmar and I and Frog and I. I know I didn't have ESG in either of those.
Okay. So, just a quick, do you
From
want
a
to run down
casual-
ESG?
From a casual viewing perspective, ESG doesn't really mean anything. It's just
Yeah.
a glitch that lets you skip the emblem cutscenes between stages on a new game file.
Mm-hmm.
Is this okay?
File select.
So, looks like we're just about ready to get started. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about Iron Gate now. It's a little bit too early for that. But it is the first stage, and there is a ton of Iron Gate hype to go around. Starting now. Wait a second.
I think Stellar might have just prematurely gone into the stage. Yeah, he did.
Yep.
He probably psyched himself up thinking he's about to do a run and then remembers, oh wait, no, I'm supposed to be waiting for a countdown.
Select.
Yeah, what I noticed was that his splits didn't split actually, and I was a little curious about why not.
Select a story.
He
So
might
maybe that
have,
was it.
like, well, he might still be set to IGT. I don't know for sure.
Oh yeah,
So,
he might
yeah,
have.
we'll see.
Okay. Alright, this race is imminent. Best of luck to these runners. Anything can happen. Now, if you're looking at this Menstilo screen here, you can tell I believe he doesn't have the battle DLC installed, which is just a small detail.
Yeah, but it doesn't have any effect on the run itself.
Thankfully. Well, listen. About that 180 run. Okay, looks like we're starting.
Alright, we're going live.
Alright, so first checkpoint. Let's see if they get an 8 or 9 or above that. This will definitely sort of set the run. And Menstilo's going a little slow here. Okay. Ooh. 10 and 9, so Stellar's pulling ahead early. Can you talk about let's talk about Iron Gate a little bit. What can you tell us about that, kid?
Iron Gate is obviously the first stage with a mech and the first stage of the run. It's very corridor heavy, and and it also has 2 elevators that require waiting, and I don't know if either of them are going to go for ring route, and if not, then it's not worth noting too much more on. It's really just, it is a tutorial stage, more or less, and most of the movement's going to be how tight they can cut corners, how well they can not lose mech momentum, which is to say that if you take a turn too sharply in a mech, it will pretty much come to a complete halt. So you have to
As we can see from Menstilo. Alright, so it actually looks like Stellar's getting rings here. I don't know, I've never seen him do the ring route before though.
Yeah, it looks like he's definitely going for ring route. He's got all the rings he needs. Oh, he even got the 5 ring early.
Yeah, I've never seen him go for rings.
Anyway, he hit the checkpoint anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it looks like because Menstilo doesn't have enough rings here.
Yeah, Menstilo can't do the ring route either. He didn't get the rings on today. I think Stellar might have been going for it, but when he hit that checkpoint, he realized, well, now it's too late to actually go back for it.
Yeah, so it looks like we're just about even here, which is pretty exciting. But definitely the last stretch of Iron Gate, I'd say it has some really tight movement, some complicated movement. So let's see, because you want to open this door as early as you can and sort of get your momentum, and get it pretty early as you can. So looking at the timer, looks like this is neck and neck.
It is very much
But
neck and neck.
but
It's less than a
Stellar
second.
pulls ahead. Wait.
No. Menstilo's still ahead, but it's by less than a second.
Right. So going into Hotshot, this is probably the easiest and most consistent boss in the game. You just run into his head before the cutscene starts, and presto. The only thing is that on the last hit, we want to make him wait until he goes in the air and stretches out his legs. just before he dies because it's a bit faster.
Yeah, basically, if you let him take off before the final hit, his death animation is faster, and the in-game timer doesn't stop until his death animation does.
Right. For Menstilo, I think, yeah, he's just going for this little bit slower of a strategy.
Yeah, so we can
And that's-
actually see Stellar very much close a bit of a gap here. Yep, Stellar is
He
actually
pulls
finished in
ahead.
time.
around 1 second more. So going into Dry Lagoon here, this is one of the meanest, most vile stages in the game. We're gonna look for some free pieces here. So let's see if we get him. No. Blue striped head, that's
Blue
not a good
stripe set.
piece.
Yeah, he instantly reset on that piece.
Right now we have green pool from... Wait, blue striped head. Okay, same one.
Yeah, but this is the good one.
This is a better one for sure.
Wait, you said green pool. Who got green pool?
Yeah, sorry, no one did. I misread that. I did not read German very well. Wait, he did get green pool, but he doesn't know where it is? Is that what it is?
Oh, that is very upsetting. Green pool is at the very top of this first set. Yeah, he did get green pool.
That's exactly what happened. I second guessed myself. So he gets first floor of the second apartments.
Stellar had that free piece. He didn't take it.
Huh?
Yeah, he got the one between the two suns.
Oh, wow. But you know what? 45, as we said, average time.
Yeah.
And look at what Menstilo's doing. Definitely got below average. So right now, Menstilo's definitely has a... He has to climb up right now and make sure he has a better, more consistent sand ocean. And look at that German hexa. But tell us a little bit about Sand Ocean. Let's get in depth with the sort of jumps that he has to make at the beginning here and why he's resetting.
Sand Ocean is a nightmare stage for people who are not very well practiced. At the very beginning, you're going to see him hit restart, and that's because while this cutscene's playing, the cycles are already starting. So we're going to reset that cutscene. Now he's going to make a very tight, I think, 3-frame jump.
Yep, he moves there, but he still gets it.
Alright, and now he's going to jump across this pit. He's going to be doing all these jumps. Mind you, remember that if you're a fan of this game, you might remember the hover. He does not have that hover. He has to make all of these jumps with just a hop.
That's right.
He's going to be trying to get around to the first merry-go-round within about the 34-second mark for the first cycle, but it looks like he's not going to make that first cycle.
Yeah, he's definitely going for...
Up there. He's knocking down the next pillar already. But he's going to go for the earliest possible platform cycle he can by just.
He's going for.
Going.
I'd say second or third cycle at this point, and we're seeing Menstilo mess up. Yeah, he's messing up this first jump, so he's just taking this as slow as he can. I can't blame him at all.
Yeah, you don't want a game over in this stage. This stage is already just massive headache. But we see Stellar. He's going to get about a 101 checkpoint here. So he's on pace for the third cycle.
Yeah. So let's see if he gets a chow box jump here. I don't think he ever goes for it, but
yeah, he's gonna go down. It's safer, and at this point, making the chow box jump isn't gonna really improve his cycle that much.
Because in terms of cycles, the reason why we stress it so much is that no matter how fast you go, you're at the mercy of the cycle.
Oh, so Stellar's on second cycle, actually.
Yep. So, I actually think this might be. I think this is a very, very good time for him. But he's gonna want to take this jump really smoothly here.
All right, he's playing it safe. He doesn't want to take the riskier jump. There's a jump where you can jump out through the merry-go-round it's a longer distance jump.
Yes.
But it's very much safer to. So according to Tommy,
just wait for the cycle.
Faster cycle had he gone for chow box jump. But either way, it's better to, especially when you're in a race, if you're not confident in taking a faster strat, to take the slower strat, take the little bit loss of time, but get to the end of the stage.
Because that'll save you more time in the long run, really. In terms of this singular race, getting a 225.
That's
definitely
not bad at all. That's not bad at all. He got third cycle on the platforms. That's about a good target time for a third cycle.
Exactly, because if we look at Menstilo here, he's on pace for that same time, but he died at the very beginning.
No, he's
not
nearly on pace for that time.
Yeah, he's not on that cycle. He's on like fourth cycle, and he's actually waiting for another cycle. So going into Radical Highway, first stage for Shadow here, first action stage, and this has a lot of scary jumps that Stellar definitely wants to be super careful about. Now that he's ahead, he might not even go for any of these jumps, just sort of
That's
preserving
assuming
his time.
Stellar is ahead.
That's right.
Like, unless, I mean, he might not be watching, he might just be in the zone, so... And any run can be a PB, so he might just be 100% focused. He might not know he's ahead, so he's probably going to go all in. He's going to want to do his absolute best, because even if he doesn't win, he wants to PB. He wants a good time.
Yeah, definitely. That's one way to think about it, and it looks like he's definitely blazing through this level, getting these risky jumps. Let's see if he gets the cycle here. Oh no!
Nah, he checked the cycle, so he's good.
He's getting the slower cycle, but totally fine. Usually, like when you get to the bottom here, you want a 54, but 5 seconds isn't good.
Wrapping up with a 309.
Yeah, counting that death, I know he's... Alright, so Stellar gets this jump here.
Now he's gonna go for the next race. He gets it.
Yeah, no backup strats involved here. He just gets it the first time. Again, just taking these really slow.
Nice
Who
and
can blame
safe,
him?
but still not stupidly slow. He's got the speed he needs to get through the stage at a reasonable pace, especially when you're racing. Like,
That's right, and I think
low strat
that
is
meant...
faster than dying, unless it's a
Yep.
death.
And we saw that in Sand Ocean, definitely. Because he could have died in that level had he gone faster. And gone like a 150 or something, but... In any case, we're just about to wrap this this level up with the 205, I believe. And this is definitely a place where Menstilo can gain a lot of time, because if he goes for a little bit riskier strats. Alright,
Oh,
so
faster.
this...
202.
20202. This is a very good time for Stellar, I think. If I know Stellar, I think he's very proud of this time. As Menstilo, I don't know what kind of cycle he got. I think he got a fast cycle. As we see
Did not
the
get
sort
the
of
jump
skip
on the
here.
first try.
Yeah, that's...
And it definitely looks like Stellar is probably paying attention to what's going on.
So what can you say about Egg Quarters while we watch this cutscene?
Egg Quarters is the most RNG forgiving stage in Rouge.
Exactly.
It's definitely one of my favorite stages, even though I'm not a fan of emerald hunting stages, and technically you're hunting keys. But, like, I would say I'd place this over even half of Knuckles' stages as far as the stage itself. I actually enjoy it. A lot of newer players or casual players are turned off by
The
the
second
flying beetle.
room! Yes, you're right. The beetle can definitely mess you up, but he gets the second room, I think. Wait a second. I'm being really dumb right now. I thought I saw on a needle. No, I didn't.
Under the hieroglyphics.
Now, this is a really weird piece to get, because I think he might be getting Blackbird at the Shadow at this point, because...
If he gets
their
Blackbird
piece...
at the Shadow, that's very, very good. Oh no! He went for a dig.
Yeah, that's kind
Now,
of...
if he gets Blackbird in the Shadow, that's very good, because it's conveniently right next to...
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, he's
But
going to
still,
want to pick up something.
either way, that's really good, right? Yes, yeah, because the thing about this level is that it forces you to get an upgrade, because it will always give you a dig piece, no matter what, because the game checks for it.
Alright. I also want to just point out, Menstilo pulled a 156 on Radical Highway, making up a little bit of time.
Oh. That's definitely very good for him. As let's see if Stellar knows where this is, though, because it can be any one of these stripes. But it's only, well, it's only one of them, but it's always the left one. So but the thing is, Stellar, he gets a pretty good time here, all things considered, for his RNG. Usually can get better with a better brown between black. No. Yeah, brown between black is his first piece. That's very good. I think he's trying to get death strats here, but he gets rings. Okay, so let's see if he knows where this one is. Oh, we're going to Lost Colony. So Lost Colony is definitely just a stage that you want to play really cool. It's not very hard. We get the hover upgrade, which makes things very easy. It's just a few jumps that you wanna watch out for.
Yeah, this is
As it
overall a
gets
pretty chill stage. There's not a whole lot of tech to talk about.
Yeah.
It's, as you've already said, it's where you get the hover upgrade, which makes Eggman playable with hits involved. There's also
Exactly.
one auto-scroller segment, but overall, it's not all that much to talk about.
Yeah, so he gets white middle finger. I don't know if he knows where this is. He went all the way through altar and green trying to find it. And right now he's just losing so much time to Stellar, who's been grinding out Rouge. He gets it. He gets the combo. He gets semi-dark Eggman. I think that's the first time we've seen this.
But rip execution.
Yeah, he does
He's
because
going
this is
alongside, it's
this
right
is
there.
this is actually amazing. It's just if he only knew where it was, this would have been so good for him. He would have gained so much time back. And this is why we say to a lot of runners that Rouge is just so important no matter how much it sucks.
Alright, so we're seeing Stellar. He's coming up on probably the only difficult-ish jump, and that's right here. Let's see if he goes for it. He does.
goes
and
for
looked like
it.
he cleared it. Yeah. That's the only kind of difficult jump. You're going to want to pause hover. What, would you explain pause hovering real quick?
Okay, so when you jump in this game, you're not. If you double jump, you get a little bit extra height with Eggman. But if you get your inputs to be very, very, very close to each other, you get a lot of height that you're not supposed to get, and makes certain jumps that we couldn't possibly do before just very easy for us. And that's exactly what we just saw being exploited just now by Stellar, jumping over that huge gap that he's not supposed to really jump. And we're gonna see that a whole lot. We're gonna see it a whole lot in weapons by the next stage, and we achieve this getting these close commands together, these two inputs together using pausing.
What it effectively
Right
is
now.
doing is we're pressing the jump button followed by a pause, and then we're unpausing with the same pause button and jumping immediately after. It effectively tricks the game into thinking we're pushing the button just a couple of frames apart. So
Exactly.
it takes Eggman further up with his jump, since it kind of carries his momentum as he initiates the boost.
Yep. If you want to try this at home, the thing that you got to say in your head is jump, pause, pause, jump, and that's the sort of muscle memory you'll need to make this trick work very consistently.
And as you've just pointed out, we're going to see that a lot in this next stage. This whole stage is pretty much just jump hovers, because this stage is just not made with jump hovers in mind.
That's right. It gets very broken, and we're gonna see if Stellar nails the first two, which are very, very tricky. He gets the first one.
Oh, that looked good. That looked really clean.
That looked really
he's
good.
Gonna be holding, trying to hold a consistent direction as the camera switches, clear the rail, and he made it.
He made it. Now you don't actually need to jump for pause hover for that last one, but it definitely gives you a peace of mind during that you definitely will not die. You don't see the ring route, which is actually arguable if it saves time, but we're just going to be cruising along here on a... I believe this is going to be a very good pace for him at a 49, sub 49. 50. Definitely something that he's going to be happy with.
On the check.
Alright, so here comes another hard jump. Let's see how he doesn't get it, but just that's some very minimal time loss. Let's see if he gets this jump here. Okay. Again, not a jump you need it for, but it gives you peace of mind for this kind of level. You want to be as safe as possible.
And we're coming up on the one jump that requires the most vertical height in the stage, and that's jumping on the satellite right here. It's because the hitbox is
He gets it.
deceptive.
Go ahead.
That is amazing first try. He's gonna be.
He is gonna get a really good time.
Nice. This might be a gold split for him.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Whoa! Oh no!
That happens.
Commentator's curse. I am so sorry, Stellar.
That happens because you'd be surprised how much that happens to people. I've seen it happen so much times, and every time it gets you on tilt. It gets hit. It gets you, and I think he's just gonna say screw it and go. But he has to watch out for this guy.
Yep.
He's gonna come for you, and he's gonna ruin your life. And right now, Menstilo is catching up hard right now.
Menstilo actually did pick up the bazooka, so he's not gonna. He didn't have to skip the first set of boxes, so he's gonna be able to take some more direct jumps instead of jumping around crates.
Again, if it makes you feel more comfortable, it'll save you time in this run in particular. Maybe not in the long run, but definitely in this one itself. As we go into Tails 1, that is. Our cannon's in the right of us, so we can't just hold forward and be done with it. We have to be a little bit more creative with this boss. So let's see
Well,
what kind of strategy he goes for.
Tails' AI is also very different from Eggman 1 in the hero story,
Right.
where he doesn't just run straight at you. He'll actually try and strafe
will.
until he gets close enough to you. And I do believe there is an AI manip to make him walk towards you.
Yep.
But overall, it's just faster to approach him, hit him, let him strafe until his invincibility frames wear out, and hit him again. So
Exactly.
now we're here in Security Hall, and it's a stage.
A run killer. It's a killer. That's all that needs to be known about it.
So
let's
as we
see.
referenced before, Stellar, I believe, has blue safes unlocked. If he
Okay.
gets a piece that's in a yellow or a red safe, he'll have to go all the way to the top of the stage, into the
Okay.
back of the room, and hit a button just to open that color safe. And this
Right.
can happen, I believe, up to twice per stage.
Gets it. Sorry.
No,
He got the strat for useless safe, and that's a really hard strat that nobody knows about, but he got it, and I'm sure he's super happy about that. Let's see what his second piece is. Protect blue.
Protect
so,
blue. This is so far a pretty decent. I'm kind of baffled that he didn't go down to the spring. It would have been a little bit faster, but so far this is a good layout.
Yep. So he at most he's gonna have to kill. He's gonna have to open one safe. It's in the enemy. He doesn't know it though. Uh-oh. This is where
Yeah,
things
he's used
get
to it
bad.
being in the car. It's fine.
This
He
is-
knows the general location. He knows to kill these enemies.
No,
Oh.
it's yellow. It's
And
yellow, I
doesn't
believe.
have the right safe color open. See,
Yeah. So this is
he's
what we're
not gonna
talking
get a
about.
monitor.
No, yeah, it's the next
I
one is
hope-
that. No. This is blue. This is blue, I believe.
It's blue.
No, it's blue on the right near your spawn. I believe it is,
Oh.
anyways.
Okay.
But let's see what Menstilo gets. Menstilo can pull ahead here. This is a pivotal moment.
Protect blue.
This is protect blue. Yep, it is blue. So I was wrong, and he's actually lucking out right now. So this is on the enemy, I believe. No, it's in the spike car. It's in the spike car.
Yeah, he's not hit. Wait, no.
Wait, no, it's in the spike car. The spike car is out of bounds, sort of.
God, the spike car followed him around.
Yeah, it's out of bounds. He's in a minefield right now.
All right,
Okay,
he gets
out, he
as
gets out of
Stellar's
hell.
wrapping up with a 135.
No, Omo Chow, get out of here. I don't know what that
For
says.
people who don't really know, Oma Chow, when he's triggered and he starts his spiel about whatever he's saying, you actually cannot activate hit monitors until he's done talking.
All right, piled up containers for the last piece. So it looks like all things considered,
This is closing a gap.
It's closing a gap, definitely.
So Flying Dog, let's see.
I know,
if Stellar goes for,
I know
he
he
doesn't go for the early hit.
Yeah,
Looks
he
like
does-
Stellar's
he
gonna
doesn't-
take this fight nice and slow.
Yeah, he doesn't know the manip. I saw it on his stream, but looks like the thing is, I think Menstilo does know the manip, and
Yeah,
this
Menstilo
can
is
close
ahead.
things out.
Yeah, this can very much change the pace of the race if Menstilo gets the early hit at Manip.
This has been known for a while, and even though he hasn't run since 2016, I believe, early 2017. If he knows this, he can just catch up right here. It's that simple for him.
Well, not catch
Stellar
up
takes-
because Stellar takes it
Yeah.
out already, but he can still cut down on the time and
Right.
get some gains on Stellar's time.
All right, let's see. No, he doesn't
Does
go for it.
not. Oh, he's taking the similar strat. Okay, so he might not gain anything out of this one.
Okay, and I think this is definitely would have been something really important for him. But right now we're going into White Jungle, however. Can't tell us a little bit. Well,
I don't think he'll do. Oh no, he just jumped around. We're gonna see some instance of something called storage. Do you want to explain that real quick?
yes. So, in a nutshell, storage is you hold B for a little while, and before the light dash comes out, you have storage. You have somersault properties, and during that 1.5 seconds, you can just I believe it's 1.5 seconds. I think it's earlier, but during that time frame, you can just like sort of go through the fences here, as you can see just then, and we're gonna see it just now here too. Yeah, just like that. He just held it for a little bit. and that's all he needed.
It's effectively just tricking the game into giving you properties of the roll before it realizes you're charging a spin dash, which is what that like 1.5-ish seconds is about. Is the game is trying to figure out whether or not you're going to roll or spin dash. So if you're holding the button, but the game hasn't properly initiated the spin dash, you get the hitbox properties of the roll, which lets you roll under things, and you
Right.
can just walk through them instead. The side effect is if you take a jump or a bouncer spring or something, you actually maintain the action. So if you let go of the button, you'll roll as you land.
Right, and sometimes we see that in Sky Rail, if we're not using storage correctly on a certain pumpkin that we skip. It can definitely mess us up, but right now we're going to see... This is definitely tricky. Let's see if Stellar gets it. He nails it.
First try. This is so good. This is good.
Yeah, this is... I think this is a goal split for him.
It might very well be.
It might be. Actually, no, I don't think so. I think he had a better time. We see Menstilo trying to go for a wall run, but he says, "Screw it! I didn't get it the first time. I'm just gonna cut my losses here." So now we're going into the Sonic fight, where we use storage
And
if
it's also
Sonic
a
cooperates.
cutscene that everybody likes to quote. Let's see the fakers in chat.
I think this is a fight between Stellar and Alt account.
Could very well be deep lore.
But which one is the hero side? I wonder. Well, anyways, let's see how Sonic tends to act here. Oh no!
Menstilo takes a death.
And that's 40 seconds gone.
Stellar's
having a lot of trouble here.
So you saw walk into Sonic. That's actually him using storage.
Mm-hmm.
Because
1974. He doesn't know how to react, really, if you're using storage. He's not programmed
the AI
in
doesn't
such a
really
way.
understand storage when you're fighting them with it, so they just kind of stand there and take it.
Yeah. So yeah, really unfortunate death for Menstilo that he really didn't need in this situation. He's gonna have to pull out all the stops now.
And we're going into 280, which is, the obligatory dark story version of Route 101, which is just a car segment that's fun, I guess.
I know.
There's really not much to explain. He's going to be collecting rings. When you collect 20 rings, you can get a boost. The main strat that's used in speedruns that you don't really think of casually is that he constantly keeps himself in this kind of drifting state where his turns are sharper, because what that does is it removes his deceleration cap. Whereas when you're driving normally, you get a boost or you go downhill, and the game will decelerate you to a normal speed after a bit. This actually removes that deceleration. And Menstilo is going into Sonic 1 right now.
Yeah, so we're definitely gonna get a good. Well, let's see how this race plays out. This Sonic plays out. So he can definitely gain time here if he's more experienced in this fight. Right now, Sonic's in an awkward angle. I don't know, but he gets a second hit.
Shoutouts to Big
Stellar
Cat.
got it. Shoutouts Big to the cat. No, he's losing time now. He lost like a second, but it's sort of minimal now. And once he gets into this Route 280, we're gonna see a definite sort of gap, like exactly the gap of how far ahead Stellar is right now. So let's see, it's about a 135 difference between that. So if I'm Stellar, I'm thinking if I just play my game, if I play consistently, and if nothing bad happens to me in Final Chase, I can win this race right now.
RNGesus during Mad Space.
That's right. Now, the thing about Mad Space, though, that I'm noticing more and more during this tournament is that there's some pieces that you just don't go for, that I've seen a lot of people go for, like, we might get there, but like Evil Liquid and sort of like a lot of these bad pieces. And sometimes we don't know the skips, to skip the Gravity Planet, to skip Iron Boots, and sometimes our judgment is just not where it needs to be. So Mad Space is going to be an equalizer. Once we're out of Mad Space and really out of, that's when we're going to see a lot of difference. As we go, Stellar's holding his boost here for the very last segment. because that's definitely going to gain him a lot of time going for this last straightaway.
And that's a pretty clean Route 280 from Stellar.
Again, the thing that I'm thinking about right now, I think that Stellar is playing out of his mind
Gold
right
split
now.
apparently.
Cold split it is, because anything under a 250, like boom, you just take it in a race. That's exactly what you want. So now we're going into Skyrail, which is... Care to explain a little bit about Skyrail, what we can expect to see?
Skyrail's the shortest stage that doesn't involve hunting for pieces of emeralds and isn't a boss. And that's because we can skip an entire mountain. It's basically Pumpkin Hill but an action stage. And it's almost entirely made of rails, and it's very easy to just... It's expected to beat this stage in under a minute.
Yeah, if you're ever doing an A rank of this in Mission 5, it's just easy. So we see him going for the spring here. He's gonna take him over here. He's definitely getting he's getting an okay check here. Let's see how he tackles this jump here.
He went pretty high on
Super
the
safe.
jump.
Super safe.
Yeah, safe,
And I
but
don't blame him.
Safe wins when you're ahead.
That's right. There's a little lip here that we can consistently jump off of. Let's see if he gets this checkpoint though. Gets it.
So, for those of you who play casually, you may have noticed he actually skipped the entire section that involves you going up a hill and then back down a hill on rails.
Right. We skipped the church mountain, as it were, and I guess it would be equivalent of Pumpkin Mountain, sort of.
Yeah, he skipped Pumpkin and then started at the top of church.
Right. He gets a 53, which is... It's an okay time.
It's very
again,
okay when you're ahead in a race.
That's right. As we can see, Menstilo getting a 251, so really hard on the heels of Kid here. It was again 1 minute 35 ahead at this point. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. But we're gonna see Egg Golem here, which is he wants to hit the arm. The arm does more damage, but it looks like he's not going for that.
Yeah,
just getting consistent damage here.
But if you hit the Egg Golem's left arm, or on your screen the right arm, it does more damage, which gets him to hit these weak spots faster. And it's very easy to knock this boss out very quickly. But either way, this boss is easy both casually and in a speed run. It's definitely the more tolerable version of Egg Golem in this game.
For certain. So he's going to come out with a 30.
It looked like Menstilo hit that first checkpoint about the same time as Stellar, which was about a 14.
Right. It looks like he's definitely hot on his heels here, which, again, if Mad Space doesn't play very well, which we're seeing right now, it's sort of a random stage. Usually doesn't give out very good pieces. Let's see if he gets a free piece. Okay. So Stellar is gonna grab. He's not skipping this first planet. I don't think anyone explained how to do it to him. But he's gonna get the swag checkpoint. He's wasting a little bit of time here. Okay.
He was just hoping to get the swag upgrade instead of jumping in, but now he's losing time trying to get the switch.
Yeah, he earned his points. That's all he needs.
Yeah,
but the thing is, if Menstilo gets like a really good layout here, because this isn't the best layout right now.
Yeah,
it's not that box. It's not that box.
Tie now. It's more or less a tie because they're in the same stage, and anything can happen with this RNG.
Yeah, that shadow's gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is a disaster.
Menstilo pulled out with a 50-second.
So he's just.
So he did get time. I did forget Menstilo has to go through Egg Golem, but still, he is making up time right now.
Wrong light, so he has to go back to the gravity planet now, which is a little tricky. Okay, you almost never see that. You almost never see that spring in a speed run because it's just. But this is tricky to get. He has to go underneath it. I don't think he knows. Okay, good.
He's got it. So he might actually stay.
Dangerous Moon. Okay, so this is. He took a long time to get that first piece, but otherwise this is pretty good. But
yeah.
Does he know?
Definitely make up time if he gets a good layout and has good execution.
Right. So let's see this first piece.
It might be having trouble finding Dangerous Moon, and we're seeing.
This is exactly what I talked about because he's going for this. No, never mind. This is a good piece. I'm being dumb. I was thinking Watchman of the Yellow Balcony for some dumb reason. But yeah, he's Looks like Stellar's making that with
Alright,
2
Stellar's finally
minutes.
making his way to it. He's gonna dig it up. And he's
So-
out at 153.
So yeah, this is a really good piece. Menstilo's making much better time here. The way I see it now, if
How was that?
Menstilo can, if Stellar like messes up, let me, a container within a container. This is a good piece for him. If Stellar messes up, Final Chase or Final Chase messes with him, then
Or
this
causing
could
the
just
fall even.
Long
Yeah.
time no see.
like the last former of this run is definitely volatile, but right now we're in Knuckles. Tell us a little bit about Knuckles.
Knuckles is as simple as it gets. His weakness is drill dives, or I guess dive kicks. Shout outs to dive kick. And he's just gonna try and stay over top of Knuckles. Oh, he missed the first kick, and then he's just gonna chain this until Knuckles drops. It's that
Right.
simple. As long as you get it done before about the 19-second mark, you're golden.
Mhm.
After that,
So he gets a
the
really
floor
good
opens
piece.
up and just makes the whole fight
Exactly.
a massive headache.
And it's just like worth resetting there. So he actually gets a really good piece here. He just doesn't know where it is. It's the light that it's dangerous. It's the same exact piece. How nice. How cute. That's cute. And he gets a 30-second better time.
Alright,
As we
so this is the only stage that has like a massive stage-wide skip. And I'm pretty sure Stellar goes for it. It's not the fastest way to complete the stage, but it is.
Yep.
It's just easier to do. So a lot of runners will do it simply because the fastest way to complete the stage is
easy.
to actually play it, but you have to play it at a very optimum pace or it's not actually faster. So
Yep, he's having a little trouble, but yeah. Because the thing is, like, it's much faster to just, like, know you're getting a good time and just with much less effort than to really bust yourself trying to get a really, like, good time with these really hard jumps.
and again, like when you're ahead, the safe strats are the good strats.
Exactly. And now, as we see... so Tower Clip is coming up here. We're not going to see it, I'm fairly certain. It's
Nah,
just...
I'm pretty sure he clips out at the rail.
Yep, he's going to use Dream Skip or Russian Skip, however you prefer to say it. Oh no, but the thing is, he's really messing up sort of here. As we see, Menstilo is just 1 minute 14 behind. And he can make it up at any point. This trick here...
Still is taking a much longer route in the beginning of the stage.
Oh yeah, it's like, if you don't know about just jumping forward, it can mess you up, so... Oh
Alright,
no.
Stellar didn't get caught by the monorail, and he got the clip out very fast. So as long as he has a good camera, which he does, he's going to take a right turn right about now, and then he's just going to hold this position, and the stage is basically done. He'll have to adjust his angle later on, but you're not going to see any more of the stage from him. He's just going to glide through space until he touches a gold ring.
Yeah, exactly. So, what I'm interested in, I believe that, I think Menstilo is going for the same exact skip than him. He hits the beetle, that's the worst. So, Stellar's visual cue is going to come up here pretty soon. This is definitely a trick that I can say. You should try it at home because it's fairly easy to do and it makes you feel good when you get it. As we see Menstilo really approaching the same exact skip.
Alright, yep, no tower. Let's see. It's also worth noting, I don't know if he's going to do rush skip or if he's just going to do CW skip. It is worth noting he is grabbing that safety checkpoint. Oh, and went for an immediate jump. He's doing this setup very differently from what I'm used to.
That's right. If you get it this way, because you got the clip out right away.
Oh no! Oh god! I thought he got a bad camera, but he saved it.
Yep, he saved it just in time. I guess that's the setup he uses. It looks like he's going for regular skip.
He's just doing the regular skip, so you're gonna see the rest of the stage on Menstilo's screen. While Stellar's, if you look on the left side of Stellar's screen, you'll see that long tube. That is the ending tube of the stage where you're being chased by a giant, like machine while you're on the auto-scrolling rail. And at the end of that is a couple of platforms with a gold ring. But Menstilo's actually going to be going through that section here later, so keep that tube there in mind and see just about how far into the stage Stellar is now compared to where Menstilo ends up there.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's just like, And Stilo's gonna close out the stage with like 5 minutes, while Stellar gets like at least a 4:30, I'd say.
Yeah, Stellar's only real big problem from here on out is final chase. If he has a good final chase, he's gonna pull out this win. It's gonna take a big issue. It's gonna take a big mess up or like just a catastrophic issue on Stellar's side for him to not win this race at this point. And that's not to
Right.
put Menstilo down. It's just when you're this late in the run and you're this far ahead, it really is gonna matter.
Right. So I can definitely like that's the reality. That's the reality that we're living in right now. I think that like maybe Menstilo has a trick up his sleeve if he goes for like FC mini skip and tube skip. I don't since he's derusting, I can't imagine that he knows those. But again, maybe he's been sort of labbing it out cramming the last few days. Who knows? So we're coming up to Tails. Again, his AI is a little bit different, and his cannon, Eggman's cannon, is on a different part of his body. So let's see how Stellar approaches this. Yep. Okay. He's in a good position. Sometimes we use the invincibility, but looks like you.
Oh,
Okay.
he gets caught by that laser.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught by that laser because he
yeah.
will.
That laser is a guaranteed 2-shot. If you get hit by it twice, you're done.
Oh no! He gets a punch.
He got a punch, which doesn't do enough damage for the kill, but
and he dies.
He didn't. He lived by a sliver.
Oh my gosh! I was looking at the other screen. I didn't even notice that.
Lived and got the win. Pulls out with a 31. Not the best by any means, but still good
Like-
when you're in a race and you're ahead. You want that. By the way, if you look at Menstilo's screen, this is the tunnel that you saw Stellar just casually flying by. I'm pretty sure Stellar's going to go for a very simple and safe final chase. You see, he's not going to jump for like the long jump there after that rail. He's going to play simple strats because simple strats win when you're ahead.
That's right. And so, yeah, these gravity tubes are just it's not fun.
They're not your friends.
They're not fun. They're not your friends. They're strangers. You don't want to talk to them at all. It's just like really not fun to get these things. Now I can definitely see if Menstilo is aware that, so he goes for this jump. It's fairly forgiving, and he gets it. He nails it. Oh my God! No, not like this. He's nervous. You see, like that, like these artificial chaoses are clowns. They can really mess you up.
They
now,
like to dab on you.
They will, and they can. And the trick is to dab them up, because they're made out of water.
No, the trick is to just go nowhere near them.
That's true.
Oh my God!
Did you see that? What?
I almost died inside.
I almost lost a life. Forget about Stellar. I almost lost a life. I had to just restart at a checkpoint.
But yeah, mostly what you're seeing on Stellar's screen is mostly just simple, get through the stage quickly-ish strats. He's not doing any of the complicated stuff. He's just doing the safe and simple strats that anyone can do if they pick up and practice a little bit. And honestly, with as far ahead as
my God!
Menstilo playing.
How did that? They're having to deal with like, oh my gosh. I don't know how they're doing this. Okay, whew. That was quite something. Again, if Menstilo like pulls out FC mini skip, which he may very well know, what is he doing?
Behind.
That's awesome! I've never seen that before. Did you see what he did?
What did he do? I missed it.
He made some sort of crazy jump that I've never seen before. Off of the vertical gravity tube. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, but that's still a little slower than the one that Stellar went for, I believe.
Okay. I don't know if it's riskier or not, or if it's safer. But
so Stellar's pretty much at the end of the stage. He's going to be jumping over some gravity tubes, grabs a pulley, kill one artificial chaos, and then just fall to the goal ring from there.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to go for any of the complicated stuff. He's just going to take the pulley, kill this chaos, jump up, take the bouncer spring into the rocket, and then once he hits that rocket, he's just going to fall into the goal ring. And all that's between him and this win is Sonic.
And that's, I know Stellar, he's fairly consistent at this, but sometimes Sonic just does not agree with you some days. And
let's see, Menstilo is not going for mini skip.
Yes, so I think this sort of, again, Sonic
And he's on a
is
slow rail right now. He didn't
he's
get a
on a
lot of
slow rail.
touching that rail, so he lost a lot of momentum on that. And he's having trouble
Yeah.
getting off this platform.
Oh,
He's having issues. So here we go into
let's-
Sonic 2, which is I'm sure everyone's favorite boss. But if you played this
Sonic-
casually, you might have spent like 10 minutes on this stage because Sonic is a pain to hit sometimes, but it's actually very easy if you know a good pattern to hit him at. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is a pretty consistent set. It looks like Stellar's
get a
going to wrap
16?
this up.
He gets
GG
a 17.
Stellar.
GG
4315 IGT or RTA, I'm sorry. So pretty awesome.
He must be very happy about this, and he may
I'd
want
be
to.
happy about this. I don't know if that's a PB. I assume we'll find out very shortly if it is. Because when Stellar pops off, he pops off.
Yes, he
PB by
does.
11 seconds. That is so amazing.
Oh
Billo
my
trying to
gosh!
give us heart attacks. In the
I wish his mic was on, because your mic has to be muted during these races. But if they were,
So this stage is pretty much over for Menstilo as well. He's about to go into Sonic 2. We'll see if he gets a nice, easy, quick kill on Sonic 2.
Mhm.
But yeah, give shout outs to both. They're both doing a pretty decent job. This is a good race to watch.
Very entertaining, like very, very close. Probably the closest we've ever
32
seen.
That 32:54 was the IGT. It looks like.
Really?
So Stellar just made that sub 33 run, which is nice. Congrats for the getting a PB in a race. Like, can we get some Pog Charizards?
Pog Charizards, yes.
Pog Charizards.
I know it definitely happened to Epic Yoshi in our race. Looks like Menstilo is having a little bit of trouble here. These platforms are gonna fall pretty soon, but it looks like he's getting a good no.
Gonna have to go
Yeah,
ahead.
I would just.
He's gonna want to get some distance between him and that last falling platform.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's using
gonna
the
take the
Sonic
backup
Wind
strat.
strats. Alright, so looks like we have Stellar up in the waiting room.
4504.
4504.
I don't know what Menstilo's PB is, but it might very well be a double PB race, which is amazing, especially with Menstilo coming out of a D-Rust run.
That would definitely be amazing. I know he was a little worried about getting a sub-hour run, but looks like he has absolutely no
He had
issues.
no problems with a sub-hour run.
Alright, so I think when we're gonna see if Menstilo wants an interview before we join up with Stellar here. But yeah, overall amazing. I just noticed Menstilo's color changed with his splits. I don't know what's going on with that. Alright, looks like we have both of them in the waiting room. So as soon as they join us up, you'll be able to go on with this interview.
Yo, Stellar.
Stellar, hello.
Stellar. So, I have a question to ask you, Stellar.
Ask
Do you
away.
want to pop off right now?
I'm just relieved, dude. Oh my goodness.
A PB in a race. What is this?
So I was racing in the beginning. I was like, oh my goodness, my RNG is so good, and I'm playing like, all right, like I hope everything's working out. And then I die at the end of Satellite Jump, and I'm just like, like I don't have to worry about like the perfect run on Speedgaming. You know what I mean? Like I can just kind of relax and finish off the race properly, and it ended up working out well enough anyway.
But look at this. A PB and a death in your PV, which tells me what this next PV should be good.
Yeah, it's free, dude. As long as I get RNG, I can understand. Mad Space, I was scrambling around. Like I was like, "What is happening?
noticed
I don't
that.
know what this set is." Ah.
Yeah. There's definitely a trick to sort of skip the whole gravity meteorite to go to a dancing wooded box on the grass.
And you got that sub 33, and you got it before alt as well. You have anything to say to alt?
I'm streaming on his Twitch right now. How do you know I'm not him?
Oh,
That's a good question.
I might just
Think
be
of
the
it that
voice.
way.
No, I'm kidding.
All right, let's get Menstilo in here.
yeah.
I'm not sure. He joined the setup call, and I asked him if he wanted to interview, and he muted his mic. So I'm not
okay.
sure.
Well, there he is.
There he
Uh-oh.
is.
Can you guys hear me?
Menstilo.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. What's up?
Oh, you guys are super quiet for me. Hold on. All right, this should work.
So,
how you doing?
question: how much D-Rust runs were you doing prior to this?
Around 5, I guess. Like I practiced individual levels quite a bit, but I haven't actually done that many full runs.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Congrats, Stella. That was a really good race in my opinion.
Thank you. I
That
enjoyed
was
it a lot as well.
very good
Oh
race.
shit! Is the game loud? Oh shit.
Yeah. I noticed in terms of RNG, it wasn't treating Menstilo particularly well.
It was bad RNG meets bad execution. It was both.
Yeah.
Like especially in Dry Lagoon, I confused
Forgot
several
That
pieces.
piece one.
Green
Yeah.
Pool, I believe.
Yeah. Like somehow when I've read Green Pool, I thought of that Green Pool on the other side. But the funny thing is, my second piece was actually at those 3 stone faces, and if I would have just took a little bit more time to look for the 3 piece, I would have actually seen that probably.
Yeah.
Well,
How do you feel about the run?
I think it was okay. Like most of my full D-Rust runs that I did, like they had several really bad mistakes, and that was what I worried the most about. Like especially stages like Sand Ocean or Final Chase.
Yeah.
There were like runs where I literally took 5 minutes to beat those stages, and I was hoping that I would just get through the run without having major mistakes. And like aside from Dry Lagoon and Sand Ocean, I think that worked.
Yeah, I remember White Jungle, it just, like, at the very end, it just didn't seem very well.
But that happens often in White Jungle. Like there are several other springs where where you can fall off very easily if you approach them with a spin dash.
Yeah, just too often. It's just a buggy level that really shows.
I actually need to look up something because I've beaten my PB, my RTA PB by 8 seconds.
You did?
Yeah, let's.
Oh yeah, I was wondering if you
Double
IGT pipe PB'd.
Yeah, let's get the important question: is this a double PB race? While Stellar's over here playing around with just showcasing how
Game
inside
time.
to collision is a suggestion.
That's right.
I just
It was
like Dry Lagoon.
4:45.
See any free pieces?
I'm on M3.
No.
Oh,
In game, that's my in-game PB is 6 seconds faster.
Oh,
so close.
Goodness.
so close. Yo,
Okay.
coming out of just like you said, just 5 D-Rust runs, getting 6 seconds within your IGT PB, that's still really impressive.
And I
Thank
think like including your like not exceptional RNG.
I
Like
think
if
that's
RNG had
definitely-
treated you a little bit better, I think that actually could have PB'd.
Right.
Yeah, probably. That definitely.
Yeah, I think-
Okay, to be completely fair, my Dark Story PB is not really optimized. I did not many attempts of Dark Story New Game, but I've rather been grinding New Game Plus a lot.
Oh yeah. And Sand Ocean's like a way different level with that.
Yeah, Sand Ocean does not play nearly the same in New Game as it does in G+, so...
Sand Ocean is the only reason why I play New Game Plus.
I can't even
No,
fault you
that's-
for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, as we said earlier, Sand Ocean is a very cruel stage.
Yeah. So, looking ahead, what are you guys looking forward to during this tournament? What matches are you looking forward to? Stellar, do you know who you're up against next?
I can't wait to beat Dage. No, I'm kidding. It's not gonna happen. But I'm gonna try.
Listen,
I'm not gonna roll over and die. I am going to play my heart out against Dage and try and see how well I can do in that match.
yeah. So, Menstilo, I believe that you're still waiting on someone to face because you definitely have a fighting chance. Definitely have plenty of more times to show your stuff, and I'm like definitely
Especially
super
coming
happy.
out of that really hot run there.
Yeah. Wait, my voice chat just disconnected for a second. Okay. Can you hear me?
I
Yes,
can't
hello.
hear you.
Oh, okay.
So, any kind of like closing remarks, anything like that, from you guys? What do you guys think? How you feel about your runs? How you feel your opponents did? How you feel you're going to do against your next opponents?
I was
High
surprised.
Points, low points.
I was surprised how consistent Stella was in his race. Like I
right.
was basically, I always thought if I play at my top level, then I can beat his time. But like every time I do a minor mistake, I lose a lot of time over him. So that really surprised me, like how consistently well Stella played.
Yeah.
I actually appreciate that a lot. Thank you. It was really fun racing against you. I was
Thank
actually really nervous when I made a couple of pretty huge mistakes that I was just going to lose all of my time because. you were
What
like-
happened in Weapons Bad? I think that was the stage where I gained the most time over you.
I made satellite jump and then I died at the goal ring. And then after that, I tried to get back up onto the thing to do satellite jump again. And then I didn't, but I just couldn't make it up after like 4 attempts to even get on the platform to try it. So
Yeah.
I just had to play the end of the stage normally.
Yeah, that stage is really, that platform is really weird.
Yeah.
It was really, it was kind of hard to watch that getting all the way to the end of Weapons Bed. Gained such good time too. Like it was looking really good.
Yeah.
But I guess if there's nothing else going on.
Wait, I got one
Stella.
question.
Oh,
Stella, did you actually submit all your PBs to speedrun.com?
My most recent PB is not the correct one.
That's what I thought.
I mean, actually, I'm not. Wait, hold on. Let me check to see which PB is submitted to speedrun.com.
the
A PB that is 3
that's
minutes slower than mine.
like 20 seconds ahead of mine. It was your sub 34 run.
Oh no, I think I submitted the my current best one. It's just still pending verification, but I'm not sure. Oh no, never mind. I didn't. Oops. But yeah, my PB before that was a 33:05. I think. So sorry about that. I guess I just
Yeah.
forgot to submit it. My bad.
No
That's
problem.
Now you don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a new
That's-
one to submit. Oh boy.
There you go. That sub 30 is within grasp. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
it's real. It can be real.
So, Stellar, any closing remarks?
This race was just a lot of fun, and it was fun to race against you, Menstilo. I hope you do well in losers bracket.
Thank you.
All right.
Alright.
So with that, this is the end of the Dark Story tournament race between Stellar and Menstilo. Where right now the scheduled race on Speedgaming is
7 o'clock
gonna be-
p.m. will be the next one for us, and it will be myself versus Silent Motorboat.
oh okay. This is gonna be on the Speedgaming channels.
It'll be on Speed Gaming 3, the same channel you're on right now.
All right, so guys, definitely don't go anywhere. We're gonna have a ton more content for you on Speed Gaming.
Yep.
So
And,
see you then.
Time you'll probably be tuning into some Link to the Past randomizer, Super Metroid, or Celeste going on right now.
There you go. All right, so until next time.
Peace.